Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Run the Race. I'm kind of excited about it. It is a movie about two brothers who are struggling with different worldviews. They play football, they run track together, and something along those lines. I really don't know much more about it, or who's all in it. Not anybody I recognize. Maybe when I say, oh, Mario Van Peebles is in this. So, I don't know. I've been kind of excited to see it, just to see what it's all about. 6.1 on IMDb, nothing great, hour and 42 minutes long. But let me get into it a little bit and find out what it's really about, and then I'll come back to you and let you know so that we have a better idea of what the synopsis is rather than what's just on IMDb, and then tell you if it's worth watching. I'll keep it brief. You stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Run the Race, and we're at the 44-minute, 49-second mark. Real quick, I said I'd tell you if I recognize any of the actors. One, I had just watched a movie, Get Big. Not the greatest, check out my review on that, but in that was a guy called Tanner Shine, who is the main character in this one. He plays Zach Truitt in this one. So I thought that's pretty timely. Maybe that's how I connected these two movies. I don't know, but in that movie he wasn't that great. In this one, I like him a little bit more. I mean, I did like, whatever, who cares. Tanner Shine, or Zach in this one, plays a senior football player, all-star running back, who's having a great season, and he has a brother that he lives with that, a couple of things about him. Seems like he has a brain abnormality, which is the reason he can't play football, but he used to play football. And so, but anyway, they're real close brothers, do everything together. Their mother had died, and their father left them, essentially. And it also, his brother, Zach's brother, also goes to church, and they have a nana that looks in on them from time to time. And I'm not sure. It seemed like it might be building towards a faith-based movie, but not much more onto that. And that's where Mario Van Peebles comes in, because he's the pastor at the church that he goes there. So that's just connecting all the dots. Anyway, of course, you know, as you can imagine, this kid's having a season. He's trying to get recruited so that he can get a scholarship and go to college and get out of town. You know, we've seen this story many, many times, and he gets injured. And that's in one of the synopsises. So I'm not ruining anything for you, I hope. But he gets injured, which puts all of this at risk, of course. So, you know, the story is about the brothers and coming together, as well as overcoming obstacles like that to move forward. So, you know, there's different. He's starting a new relationship as well in this, and that's starting to build. But it's interesting, and I think now, like, they're hoping maybe they can run track, and that's where the track piece comes in. Maybe the brother could get clearance to run track, and maybe his knee will be good. He tore his ACL by the time track season comes around, and they can try for a scholarship that way. So, for me, I enjoyed it. I love movies about sports. This one's pretty good so far. We'll see where it goes from here, but I think now you have a better idea of what it's about, better than what the synopsis says. But we'll see where it goes from here. I'll probably take it to the end and catch up with the credits and let you know my final thoughts. But so far, so good. Alright, see you in a bit. Hey everybody, excuse me, we're at the credits of Run the Race, and I really did enjoy this movie, and I have to let you know, as I thought with the beginning when my first check-in, that it was going to probably be faith-based, but, you know, for the first half, 3/4 of the movie wasn't very heavy, and you weren't sure. It is a faith-based movie, so if that's not your thing, you're not going to really like that, because they really laid on thick. It's a really huge point of the movie, the faith and you know, finding God and everything that goes involved. You know, I mentioned he was getting into a relationship with a girl. You know, her background is, you know, following Jesus and so on and so forth. And as I mentioned, his brother did, and his mother, and all that kind of stuff, and they have an estranged father who probably didn't. But it all comes into play throughout this entire movie, and I liked it because I always like those types of movies. There's always a good message in there for you. And this one was a little bit different. I like sports movies too, of course, and this has 2 sports in it. It has football and track. Not a lot of footage of football and track in it. I would have enjoyed a little bit more, but you know, the ambiance of the sports are in that, or whatever you say. You know what I mean? Like, you get the sense that there is, you know, sports throughout the movie, sports theme. So I like that aspect of it. I liked the brothers. They're twin brothers, but not identical. I assume fraternal. You know, I like their relationship. And so it's all a really good movie. Maybe one recommendation, I like the brother Dave was his brother's name. So Zach and Dave. Zach was the all-star running back, and his brother was a good quarterback. And I think what they allude to is he got injured, he got hit in the head, and that's what caused his brain abnormality. And he has a lot of problems with that because of the injury. I would have liked to see a little bit of a flashback with him, seeing how that all happened and building a little bit more upon that. My only recommendation, you know, it didn't have to take long, but showing a little bit more about that, and instead of like beating around the bush of how he got there, that would have helped, because that plays a major role throughout this. He's not able to play football, had to get clearance to run track. Meanwhile, Zach, he got hurt during football, and you know, couldn't make it back to come back to the season. So, and they dealt with tragedy themselves, the tragedy of their mom dying, their father leaving, and how one stayed, you know, following Jesus, the other one lost his faith, you know, and so that's all in there. And finally, I'll leave you in a very careful way with the other thing I liked about it is, you know, you've seen everything that's happened to them. You know what the movies are, you know, are they going to get back to their faith, that kind of thing. And that's what you think it's all about. And I think they mix it up on you, to say the least. So it's a little different. I liked what they did, but I was really surprised on the way that they built up this film. You know what they did in the end, not in the end, but the dramatic end, I guess. You know, I was a little surprised. So don't want to go into it too much, because I think you should watch it if you're okay with watching face-to-face movies. Not everybody is, and that's okay too. Pretty heavy in this one, but if you enjoy them, absolutely watch this. If you don't, you know, if you're okay with watching them and you like football and you like track and you like to see, you know, brotherly love, check this out. Gavin DeGraw's songs in it is in there. What is it, brother? I forget. Whatever it is, but anyway. I'm rambling on now, but I did enjoy this film. I think it's worth watching. Has a good lesson, and they don't stick to the normal script that you see in these types of things. So, alright, I will stop there before I give it all away. If you do watch it, love to hear your comments about the movie. Do you agree with what I said? Do you see anything else that I missed? You know, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.